Have you ever wondered if you could cut and manage your hair your own self? You might have thought, well, I'm not a stylist, I don't have a cosmetology license, so I have to leave that to the professionals. But I have learned that not everyone that has a license, unfortunately, can cut hair. I've learned that the hard way, and I've had to take time to grow my hair out after a really bad haircut. And I got to thinking, I had one stylist just shave. I wanted an asymmetrical bob, like how my hairdresser roommate used to do my hair. She was just the best that I've ever experienced in my whole life when it comes to hair, the science of hair, and knowing how to have the hair fall so beautifully. She was the absolute best. She is the absolute best. Um, but I had not been able to find anyone like her, and so I was trying to explain when she got married and moved away. I was trying to explain to a new stylist that I wanted an asymmetrical bob and I wanted soft layers. I didn't want any hard lines. And he proceeded to shave up into my hairline and then do just like a very basic cut. And that's not what I wanted. So, and I had another hairdresser. He didn't understand how 4C hair works, how coily hair works. Clearly, he was not used to doing black hair. And before he cut, he got a spray bottle with water, sprayed my hair, and of course, it started to shrink. And he panicked and just started cutting and cutting. And when I left, I was mortified. I was mortified, and I thought to myself, you know what? I have to learn to do this on my own. I have to, because I don't think I could do a worse job. That's what I thought. I don't think I could do worse. So I had to learn, and you can learn too. You can learn too. You do not need a cosmetology license to be able to manage and cut your own hair. Will you make mistakes? Probably. I have made mistakes, but they were my mistakes. So I was able to learn from them and move forward and decide not to do what I did again, that caused me to have to, like, wear the hat until it grew out. So I just wanted to really encourage you, if you've never considered that, to consider it, to learn. There's a lot of videos here on YouTube about trimming hair and cutting hair. I watch a lot of them because of what I do, and um, I'm very interested in the health of hair, of course. So I watch these videos, and I learned from my hairdresser roommate how to make sure each side is even, and so on. But you could just pick a video that you like and learn. I would say learn. The more that you do something, the better that you become at it. So just think about the freedom for a second. Just think about not having to spend all day at the hairdressers. And I would literally have to spend all day waiting. I didn't like that. I just don't have time for that. Um, think about the money. The money that you'll save. I can't remember the last time I went to a hairdresser. Probably the last time was over 20 years ago that I've been to a hairdresser, because I just wanted to have that control. I just wanted to, like, I know what's in my head. It's hard for me to convey what's in my head for my own hair, for my own self, to someone else. And there's, like I said, just one hairdresser that I've ever had in my whole life that I could just say, I want it to look like this. And she's like, got it, asymmetrical bob. And she was just the best, but I could never find anyone like her. And even here on YouTube, I think there's like two out of all the stylists and hairdressers that I've seen. Two are outstanding. And they really understand about hair and how to cause the hair to fall a certain way. I would also suggest, if you are wearing your hair natural, to go to someone who specializes in that, and use a referral. I'm always afraid to just walk in blindly. I like a referral. If I see someone's hair that I like, I'll ask them, where did you get that done? And, you know, so that, can I get their information or the name of the salon? And I would start there because, when it comes to hair, I know that it's so much more than just hair. It's identity, it's confidence, it's everything, so you don't want someone to mess that up. I don't want someone to mess that up. So I had to learn. So I'm here to tell you, you can learn too. You can do this. And also think about COVID, when everything everywhere was shut down. You couldn't get to even a doctor, barely, much less a hairdresser or a salon. You couldn't do that. So that's when women started, if they were dyeing their hair, they stopped dyeing their hair, or they had to learn how to manage their hair themselves. But it just gives you so much freedom. It's such a, it gives you so much, it gives me, I'll speak for myself, it just gives me so much happiness and joy to be able to do that on my own, and the freedom that affords me, and the privacy. That's another thing. I remember a woman that I know that was getting her hair done, but she had severe hair loss on the crown, and she was in a salon, and it had glass windows, so you could see straight in, and just the privacy. I just thought that, that's not something she probably wanted, and there were other people there as well. It wasn't just her. But I just thought, think about the privacy that affords you when you can do your hair yourself, So I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to show you. You probably noticed that my hair looks a little short. I actually trimmed it myself. Actually, I did a cut. Let me show you how much I took off. Hold on. And I'm back. Okay, so I noticed that I had some thinning on the ends. If you see it here, I took like this much off. This is just the two that I could find, but the top is a little bit thicker than the bottom, especially with this one. Yeah, you could really see it on this one. So it was the bottom here. So I just went and I did just like a nice trim, or a nice cut. Actually, I did a cut just to kind of bring it like a little bit up to match this area here, because this area, it does not come down all the way to here. It's sort of still short at the top. I've noticed that it doesn't grow as fast as down here. So I just decided to bring it up and make it more even. And I'm wearing it in a twist style. So although it looks a little bit fuller, it does look shorter, but I think it's cute. So I like that, but let me show you. I don't know if you could see it properly, but let me show you. Maybe I'll push the chair out of the way, but let me show you how it looks. Can you see? Okay, let me see if I can get into the camera. Let me see. There we go. So I just brought this part up, and it's actually growing very well, growing very nicely. It's twice as long as how it looks when I'm in my braided styles, which is what I love. I love my braided. But when I'm in my braided styles, which is more durable than the twist, then it elongates the hair, it stretches the hair. But I love this too, but this is what it looks like. I hope that you can see. Okay. This is how it looks. And it feels fantastic. I went in here and I actually clipped the ends of each twist. This is how I do mine. You could find a way that works for you, but I just twist my hair. I don't anchor it first with the braid. Very, very, very important, because if you anchor it with a braid, it changes the lengths of the hair. So I just do a simple 2-strand twist, and then I just clip the ends. And now my ends, I don't know if you could see them, but my ends are very clean. They feel very good, very crisp and sharp. Okay, so that's it for today. I'm encouraging you, you got this. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. So it just takes a little bit of practice. But let me know, comment below, is this something that you trust yourself to do, or would you prefer to have someone in the salon, a professional hairdresser, cut and trim your hair? Okay, let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to give me a like and a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.